Still going live?
It says live on my screen.
Hello and welcome to another AA Social Media Hangout show with myself, Ola Agbamoni, with the really professional green background this week, and Sarah Arrow, who's back after her long absence. Sarah, say something so you come into the screen.
I'm glad to be back. You know, my other half was standing in for me over the summer because the girls were home, and I missed you all. We've also got a very special guest today, the lovely Shelley Fishel. Say something, Shelley, so you pop on screen.
Hello there, everybody. I'm here. Can you see me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, great. I've never done one of these live before, so this is a new experience, which is great.
I'm really impressed that it's actually working. That it changes when we see. Now it stopped. It stopped. It stopped working. I'm speaking. I'm not on screen. Oh, that was far too much to ask Google. So, just to bring Shelley up to speed, whenever we have a guest, Google punish us.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna go rapidly through the show. Apart from the fact that you need to leave early, but also we found the longer our guest is on, the more likely they are to disappear.
That is funny. Okay, so far away.
So we want to start because this is the AA Social Media Hangout show, and the reason you're here, because I said to Sarah's doing this fantastic thing. She's doing 30 days of blogging. She's got this blogging challenge where people have to write a blog post every day for 30 days. And I said, oh, Sarah, that's fantastic. That's real discipline. Content is king. Say it, everybody. Content's king. Great
Content's king. Go on.
Reign supreme on the internet. So they're creating loads of content. So we thought we'd get somebody on for all you abstinent people to tell you how easy. How easy. So Shelley, we want you to tell about your business, why you joined the challenge, and how it's going.
Okay, so I run a boutique IT training surgery. We go into businesses and teach people how to save about 17 days per person per year by using Microsoft Office and other productivity programs more effectively. And I have a website, like most businesses these days do. You can't exist without one of those. And it's a great website. It's very vibrant, and I've always been aware that it needs something. Content needs to change on a regular basis, and the best way to do that, unless you want to rewrite your pages every day, is to do a blog. And so I've always had a blog. It used to just be IT tips about how to do things, and then I realized I needed a bit more content than that. So for the past year I've been having a blog that goes up about 3 times a week. It is a challenge, and then Sarah came along and said, got this great challenge, why don't you join? And I did, in a moment of madness, sheer madness. But I have to say, for all the hard work that it is, and nothing worthwhile is easy. Everything that you want to achieve, you do have to put the effort in, and I think this is no different to anything else. If you want to be successful, you've got to you've got to graft. So I have learned a massive amount, because every day you get a fabulous email from Sarah with some tips and some information and a story and a link to somebody else's fabulous website so that you can learn from them as well. And that's what's great. So you're learning not just from Sarah, you're learning from all these other sources, plus all the other people. There's a public Facebook group. Everybody's posting their content, commenting on each other's content, which is driving traffic and learning from each other. And the biggest challenge one of the challenges I'm finding is I get frustrated because I don't have enough time to go and read everybody else's blogs, because they're all very interesting. And so you're meeting new people as well, which is great. So that's just a bit.
No, that sounds really fantastic. So you're writing a blog post every day. So tell our listeners a bit about that, because sometimes you go online and you see blog posts and they're like thousands of words, and then you see really short ones. Someone's just disappeared. Someone called someone.
So he came and went.
So yeah, just to tell people a bit about how you structure your day so you fit it in, and how many words you're writing.
Okay, so my posts vary. They usually around the 500-word mark, give or take a few words here and there. Some subjects you can't do justice to in a short one. Other ones you really don't need to labour the point. Just get it, say what you need to say. Sarah's made brilliant, one of the first suggestions was about having an editorial calendar and ways of building that calendar, because it sounds really scary. What, have I got to plan a whole year's blogs today?
Yes.
Now, I did 2 weeks. I managed to plan 2 weeks worth. And I'm reaching the end of that. I've got blogs up until Tuesday of next week, and then I've got to start again. My difficulty is I've been out delivering training. I've had other work. I'm doing a course. There's lots of other stuff going on. So my way to do it is to tend to sit down and block write. So I will plan what I'm going to write over the next however many posts I want, and write them all in one go, and then schedule them so that they go out at the right time. Because I know from the way that I am, if I leave it to the last minute, it won't happen, or I'll be so stressed that something else won't happen. So that's how I manage it. There have been days, there was one day this week where I decided, the blog I had scheduled, I decided I needed some help. I'm going to be speaking at a very big event at Olympia next month, and I needed to practice my session. So I blogged and said, please, can anybody, if you click this link, you can sign up, we can do it over the web, and it gives me a chance to practice my delivery, see if my jokes fall flat and all that kind of thing. And people responded. It was great. So that gave me an extra day's blog, which was great because it pushed one of the other ones further along. So yeah, so but no, it's great. And what the thing I really loved about the editorial calendar, that I just have to carve a couple of hours out over the next week to do, is to go and research and find all the industry events, all the things that are going to engage the people who I'm writing for. HR managers, they might be IT support companies, and find all the events that happen throughout the year and tie my blogs in. So there'll be a security event at some point, and there'll be an HR conference, and then writing, and that will give me maybe 3 or 4 ideas about topics I can write about. And I think that's been, for me so far, the biggest revelation. Or one of them. And it really isn't that difficult. Sarah gives you a structure. I actually copied and pasted it onto a blank document, and I start everyone with that headline, first paragraph, second paragraph, call to action, and it just reminds me what has to go in there. So it's been really practical.
Oh, excellent. So I think that's been really helpful for the listeners, because I know that for a lot of people, if you've never written before, even if you have, sitting there with a blank piece of paper can be absolutely daunting, or even a blank screen if you're going to type it straight up. And the idea of knowing, it's like in school, isn't it? When your teacher set you an essay, you know what you've got to write about. It's a lot easier than when they say, oh, go and write me a story. Do you remember in English, go and write some creative writing? You'd go, oh, I don't know what a story about. Unless you're my son, who wrote the... You have new mail. Oh, it's my mail thing. I've got this new voice that says, well, I've got new mail.
I'd switch it off.
I would too, but I think I'll break the hangout if I try.
I don't mean now, I mean generally.
I like it. I like it normally. I like my computer talking to me. But my sociopathic tendency son, when they asked him to write this story, wrote a story that I said, never do that again, because I don't want social services at my house. I'm not going to tell you on air what the story was about. It was so disturbing. Anyway, so having a content calendar is excellent. Sarah, you've been a bit quiet here, the creator of this wonderful program. Tell people about it, because we've got any listeners who want to join. Is it too late? Have they missed the start?
No, it's a rolling challenge. Anybody can join at any point. We have new people coming on every single day. We have people currently on day 19, currently on day 14, and some who have just passed the day 7 mark, as well as new people joining. So it's a rolling challenge, and you just got to get stuck in, and the emails will come through. And the way that the challenge is structured, you don't actually have to stifle your own creativity. I'm not going to tell you specifically what to write, as in write this post, write that post, although I do give you pointers like polish up your about page, do a roundup post of all the stuff that you've done in the last week in case anybody's missed it, and that sort of thing.
Oh, that's a blog for me for Monday. That's my extra blog Thanks for reminding me.
And the idea of it is to train the participants over 30 days how to optimize their posts, how to get their editorial calendar in place, how to outline and write faster so that they can do their business blogging. And at the end of the challenge, they'll settle down and say, do you know what, I know this type of content works, this type of content works, and this type. I'll blog 3 times a week and those specific types of content. Or I'll blog once a week, but I will do an epic post of 10,000 words every single time. Oh, Jenny's arrived. Hey, Jenny!
Hello! I need to actually download everything.
Oh, dear.
How are you, Jenny? Nice to see you.
Hiya!
I was just talking about what's in the challenge and everything, and when I've finished, Ola can ask you to introduce yourself and then ask you about your experiences as well.
Thank you.
Yeah. One of the things that I found with blogging is it can be quite solitary at times. So if we're all in a Facebook group sharing our blog posts, and I actively encourage people in the group to like each other's posts, to leave a comment on them, to leave a comment on the blog itself as well if they've got time, and some people have more time than others. And all of that collectively increases everybody's visibility. So they're no longer alone, they're all working together, and by liking and leaving a little comment saying well done if somebody's had a hard moment, or somebody's got this and they've said, oh, you know, I've just had to get this off my chest, it's a bit of a rant, we can all go in and say well done and well said, and you know, so it's a real thriving community that lifts everybody. And you know, from there, people will find individuals that they connect with and they'll follow each other's blogs forever and ever. And they'll find other people that they don't connect with. And, you know, that's okay. We can't all be everybody's best friends, but they'll find 2 or 3 people in the group that they really relate to and get really good friendships going and support each other in their blogging. And then it's not so lonely, and they're more likely to continue blogging and get great business blogging results. So that's not quite a nutshell.
That's really good. I was just going to ask Jenny, but she just went.
Yeah, we've got the stairs now. Jenny, come back!
They got the staircase.
I'm in the gallery, so I was just shutting the door, so
Ah!
I love
Famous
it.
sound like
gallery.
and people walk by.
Where are you? Specifically, what gallery?
Oh, I can't hear you very well. It's pushing up.
Oh yeah, you sounded a bit like a Dalek.
No.
Shouting doesn't help. Because it's not the volume, it's the internet
Hangout.
connection. Can you hear me now?
I can't hear anything.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, it's going all crackly, but I don't know.
we can hear you. Didn't I tell you, Sarah? It was a push. 3 people. She's got one message. Literally, I think she's typed. I can't hear you.
No, I've just typed, we can hear you, Jenny.
Aha!
Can you hear us now?
Yes.
Right, good. So let me ask you the question, because we can always hear you, and then you can talk and everyone can hear you. So tell us a bit about what you're blogging about, what your business is, and your experience in the challenge.
Okay, so I own a gallery. We sell contemporary British art and craft, and alongside that I also do mentoring. So I mentor other artists and help them kind of approach galleries and generally just get better at what they're doing. So the 2 things I'm kind of blogging about, well, I've been blogging a lot about our move to new places. Hello. Because we've literally just moved into the new premises on Monday. So I've been blogging about that. And also about kind of for customers how to buy great craft and what they should be looking for, about kind of how things are made, because there's a lot more work that goes into things that people don't realise, and then also on the mentoring side for artists, tips on how to approach galleries, what they should be looking for when submitting their work, and things like that.
Oh, excellent.
Brilliant.
So, have you gone? Now you're still here. So Jenny,
Which Jenny? We've got another
Oh,
Jenny
I see
now
Jenny.
joined us. Hi,
Which
other
Jenny?
Jenny.
Hi, other Jenny. No, I can't see the other Jenny. Other Jenny, speak. Say something. Other Jenny. No. Okay. First Jenny. I've got another question for you. This is really fun. So, how have you found the challenge? We had Shelley telling us about how she's organised herself so she can manage to get the blogs out every day. What's been your strategy?
I've not really been that. I know what I should have been doing was planning, but because we've literally I've been here from about 7:30 a.m. till 10 p.m. at night sometimes at the gallery, just moving it. So it's been literally getting in, and when I've got chance, I've been doing it. So I've not had that much of a strategy, but I found it kind of. I've managed, even with everything going on, to just carry on doing it every day. So I'm really pleased with that.
Well, congratulations, well done. And have you found an increase in traffic to your blog as a result of doing it?
Yes, definitely. It's been different, obviously, when I've done, like, sometimes I've not been posting till 11 o'clock at night, so obviously you're not going to get that much traffic then. But the posts I have been managing to do, and like if I've managed to get up early and do them and or schedule one in for the next day, they've been really good. And I think I've had about 700 more hits on my blog than normal. So.
Excellent. So I think that's a real advert for blogging and an advert for joining the challenge. So I've got one question to ask all of you, and if the other Jenny can hear me, you can answer this question as well. Once you've written your blog post, because if you can write a blog, if you just post it up, I know you've got the group, where else do you share it to make sure that people get to see it? So what's your regime? You post your blog post up on your website, then you just leave it, or what do you do?
Well, I go in and I have share buttons on the site, so I just tweet it, G+ it, I put it on LinkedIn, I put it everywhere that I can, and then I'll usually save it to Hootsuite and schedule it to go out a second time later in that day. So that's what I do. And also my blog, which the brilliant Sarah helped me set up, has some fantastic tools that tweet older blogs. And so they'll get repeated anyway, they're automatically. So that's really good.
Excellent. So great strategy, Shelley. Jenny, if you're still there, I know you've been busy. Have you managed to get to grips with distributing your posts once you've got them up?
Yeah, well, I've got it on Blog Loving. So I've got it on Blog Loving, so it automatically updates there onto my personal Facebook page and onto Twitter. So that's been really good, especially the ones that are aimed at artists and then just getting shared a lot.
Excellent. I don't need to put you on the spot.
Jenny M, can you hear us? Can you
Jenny,
wave?
the lady in the dark place. Hello, Jenny. She can hear us, but we can't hear you. Put your mic on. Not that Jenny, the other Jenny. Jenny, see if you're muted. You might be muted. Have a look. Where's the mic button?
No, she's not muted here.
Okay.
She's muted here.
We cannot hear you, but if you would like to display your work in the gallery over here. No, not working? Okay.
It says that Jenny is muted.
Which Jenny Maguire?
No, Jenny Creasy, I think.
No, Jenny Creasy.
No, then it's the other Jenny. Jenny Maguire is.
I'm Jenny.
Sarah, have you muted Jenny, the other Jenny?
If I have, I don't know how to unmute her. Because I didn't mute her. Say something, Jenny.
Right, okay. No sound. I can't see the other Jenny on the Hangout thing. Sorry, Jenny. How about you exit the Hangout and come back in again? Because I do find with technology that simply turning it off and turning it back on again tends to
Is this the It Crowd or something? Turn it off, turn it back on again, and it'll all work.
It does. No, seriously, I was at my mum's yesterday and her PC wasn't working. The screen had just gone blank. And I'd got my friend online. He's an IT guy and he's going through all this stuff. I switched it off and on. It worked. There you go. So off and on, my love. And let's see if it works. She's still here. You haven't switched it off. Yeah, that's it. She's gone. Come back, and then we get her back on again. Right. Excellent. Right. So Sarah, are you doing the challenge as well? Or are you being the instructor and just giving instruction?
I actually done it back in April because I'd done a test run, because I'd run 30-day blogging challenges since 2007, but they'd never really had a form structure, and we just kind of, a group of us would pile in and motivate each other. So I knew that I needed people to be able to pile in and motivate each other, so I set up a Facebook group and I got 4 of my very best clients in the group and I said, we're going to go and do this together, and they said, yeah, sure, bring it on. And we did for 30 days, all 4 of us, consistently, and we got great results. And then I said, I'm going to write all of this up and make it so that other people can join us. And it just sat there and sat there and sat there, and it was just doing nothing. And Suzanne Dibble invited me to her Expert Authority Challenge webinar, where I spoke about blogging, and I was saying one of the ways that you can get really disciplined with blogging is to do 30 blog posts on the belt, one after the other, you know, consecutive blogging, 1 a day, every day, because then you get to know what works, what people like, what people don't like, and sure, you get a growth of traffic and a growth of subscribers, but you also get a huge amount of data that you can then go away and analyze and then put that into your editorial calendar, so you know who you're connecting with, what call to actions work, on what types of content. You know everything you need to know to make it a much better experience for you and earn money from your blogging. And I said this in the webinar, and everyone's like, oh, I've got to do that. I've got to do a 30-day blogging challenge. And I said, yeah, at the end of this challenge, I'll pop something up, something official. But I wanted to wait until Suzanne had finished hers. I didn't want them overlapping. And I started to change the group that we'd done the initial one back in April. I made it an open group, and I started getting everything in place. And then I thought, oh, for the email support, I'll put a link in the group so people can sign up and get the email support. So I did that, and then Angela Boothroyd signed up. And I thought, holy cow, that's been there for about 3 seconds and she's signed up. I'm going to have to get the content written now. So at that point that Angela signed up, I had a welcome email on days 1 and days 2. So I'm still only 2 days in front of Angela, and she's 2 days in front of everybody else. So each day she's an absolute star. She sends me an email to say, first name isn't working, and I'm like, oh gosh, let me put in a support ticket to get response. And they say, change it all from first name short code to name short code, and then I change it to name, and that doesn't work. So then we have another support ticket to get response, and then they say, oh, change it to first name short code. That works. And I'm like, no, that doesn't work. I've been there and done that. So there's me and Angela frantically doing everything because we know we've got 2 days in front of everybody else.
That's the way with every great teacher.
Yeah. But I'm really lucky because where I've blogged so long and so consistently, I have lots of evergreen content that I've gone in, I've edited and popped those in, because people say, oh, what can you do with content that I wrote last year? Well, you refresh it and republish it, or you can repurpose it, or you can make it into ebooks. You can do so much with it. So I'm going to have this challenge as a live demonstration of what you can do with all of that content. And then I thought to myself, well, somebody's just going to come onto my site, and what they're going to do is they're just going to look through all of the days and pick and choose which bits that they want, and then it won't work for them. Yeah, because they're not doing it in a structured or disciplined way, they're not going to get the results that they want. For example, they may be thinking too much about SEO on day one. We do cover that early on, but not the first day. Oh, that's you, Kevin. Wave.
Oh, I only get a hand wave, Kevin. That's it. Not a blood, kiss, hug, or nothing like that.
Relegated to second division now, Ola. I'm back in the driving seat.
I'll remember this, Kevin.
So I asked some of my friends, and because I've been around for a significant amount of time in the blog world, I've got lots of lovely blogging friends, people like the lovely Danny Brown, the Bob Dunns, and Adam Connell, and lots of other marvellous people, including Paula Jones and that fabulous Shelley Fisher and Eunice Flynn. They've all offered to host me for a day. So I can write a guest post on their blog, and in the email, people are invited to go over and then leave a comment. So they get traffic through my emails, and when people leave a comment, now this is a really smart thing, other people read the emails, click through, and go over and see them. So when they leave a comment on all of the blog posts, they get extra visibility. And then somebody else leaves a comment, and then somebody else comes on in that same email, reads the post, reads the comments, leaves a comment. So they're all getting themselves massive exposure because everybody clicks through and reads the blog post as well as the email. And some of the people have been really fantastic and cottoned on to, if I comment on these, I'm going to get a lot of people looking at me and clicking on my website, and others are a bit shy, are a little bit reticent and don't actually want to leave a comment, and I totally get that too. But the people that are saying to me, you know, I've doubled and trebled my traffic and I've gained new customers, are the ones that are participating in the group, who are liking, leaving comments on the blog post, and it's just having a great big snowball effect on their traffic and everywhere else. So it's been great to see people. I think somebody got a new client on day 3. I think that's the soonest that we've had somebody pick a new client up. And other people were on day 11 and day 12 and sending me messages saying, I got an inquiry through my blog, I've never had one before, and things like that. It's really been quite exciting.
That's excellent, Sarah. I think that's a really good advert for joining this challenge. Let me just see if I can speak to Jenny now, because her face has appeared. So Jenny, can you hear us? Not you, the other one. I love the way she's just not on screen. She comes back to the stairs. Other Jenny, are you speaking now?
You've got 30. I'm just going to go and get them.
We can hear you. But not understand you. Say something else. Hello? No, we can't hear you. Oh. Oh, it's so frustrating. Hang on a minute. Jenny has been removed from the video call. Oh. Which Jenny? Sarah, did you take her out?
No, I've just tried to do Jenny, who we're trying to talk to, but can only hear some sort of background static. I was trying to enhance it so that we could get Jenny back. But I've just glanced down at the clock and it's 1:05, so we've got to say goodbye to Shelley.
Yeah, I have to attend a webinar in about 20 minutes, so
okay, well, it's
thank you for having me.
No, thank you for sharing your experience. It's been a real joy, and good luck with the rest of the challenge.
Thank you.
I'm sitting there thinking, no, shall I join?
Oh, yes, you've got lots to say.
Yeah, we can't shut you up. 30 days is nothing.
I would be really interesting to read your blog, Zola. You should definitely join.
Yeah, I'll give it some thought. Sarah will have to twist my arm. I'm already on day 53 of me positives.
Well, I'm going to have to go, so I'm going to say goodbye, lovely ladies, and I'll see you on the next blog.
Yeah, see you
soon.
Okay, bye.
Right, so Jenny, it's over to you. You're our only guest left now in the last minutes of the show, so we need to get your volume up. Let's see. Now, I can see you're speaking, but we can't hear you. It might have something to do with the sound on your computer, actually. Go into your settings and see if your mic's on. It is on. It's on. Right, okay, it's not that.
What about if at the top of the Google Hangout screen, you'll see that there's a little person, a microphone, a camera, but you'll also see that there's a little cog. If you click the cog, it will come up with the settings. Can you check that your microphone is attached to your microphone? Because sometimes Google does weird things and attaches other people's microphones.
So for the audience who are watching us live on air doing technical things for our Hangout, this is why we're live. You know, we really did want to speak to Jenny. If we can't speak to Jenny today, Jenny, you know what? We do this every week. Come, we'll get you on next week. We'll sort out with you off air how to get your mic to work, and then you can tell us about your challenge. What day is Jenny on?
I don't know.
Up.
Hello?
No, she's holding her fingers. 8, day 8, 9, 8, 8, day 8. So Jenny's on day 8. So next week you'll still be halfway through, almost halfway through the challenge. So it'd be really good to speak to you, so you can come back and talk about it. Is that okay, Jenny? Yes. Right. Brilliant. So we'll see you next week. We'll off air. We'll sort out your mic earlier before the show starts, so that, our audience can get to hear your experience. I think this has been an amazing hangout. I think if you're listening to this once we've posted it up and you're not in the blogging challenge, you could do less well than anything just to join. So join. You know, there's very little you can do this month that will help your business, if you're a small business, then to start this blogging challenge. So I think it's really great that Sarah's doing this, and it's all free. So look at that. Free. There's nothing better in the business world than free, and Sarah's doing this for free. So I think that's amazing. So join the challenge. Start blogging. As we said, content. Actually, you know what? We should say content is queen. I don't know why this Kim thing came up, you know. Content is queen. Reign supreme with your content and get blogging. So we'll see you next week. Same time.
See you next week.
No, not the same time, is it? We'll see you next week at the normal time. 2 o'clock. Unless we change it, of course. But we'll see you next week at normal time at 2 o'clock. Put those teeth back in. Enjoy your week. Start practicing your blogging before you join the challenge.
And you can find us at Facebook 30-day blogging. Let me just check that. 30-day blogging challenge. That's the URL. But we'll pop it under the video if you're watching it afterwards, so you can see us then.
Excellent. So have a great weekend. Enjoy the sunshine. What's left of it in September.
See you, everyone. Bye.
Wave. Bye.